All right, howdy, folks. Welcome to the Galloping Goat Show. I'm your host, Cowboy Max. And on my show, my goats and I travel throughout the community to find the goats. Now, I don't mean the kind of goats. I mean the GOATs, the greatest of all time, the folks that are in our community that are doing amazing things. Now, I am virtually traveling today. The goats are snug here in their pens. Because of the pandemic, we are not out on the streets and actually traveling, but we have virtually traveled to see Angela Romero with ABQAX. Angela, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show. I am really pumped about this because I'm a fan of small business, and in these times, I think it's important that we really make sure that people know we still exist and we're still out there. But I'm so intrigued and pumped about what you do with ABQAX. Can you give me a rundown on what in the world is going on there?
Well, in the short, we throw axes.
That's what's so cool. Throwing axes just seems like the bomb.
It is. It's amazing how much stress you can get out by hurling an axe at a target,
right?
Especially when it sticks and it makes that.
Yeah. That's what we were gonna get to that, but does it? I mean, when I'm watching you, I follow you on Instagram and everything, and when I'm watching people do it, I don't ever see anybody like throw it and it just clanks off and it doesn't stick into the wood. Does it always stick, or what happens there?
Well, it doesn't always stick. There's a learning curve involved, but once people get their rhythm down and get it down, you can be pretty good and pretty consistent.
Okay, so give me a rundown. Just kind of take me through the steps. So I walk in and I come to your place and say I want to throw some axes. What happens? What goes on from there?
Well, we get you all ready. We get you signed up. We have a small safety briefing. It's a short little safety briefing. Everybody's got to go through. That's safety good. First. Yeah. Then we get you to a lane, and a coach comes and teaches you the basics. Mostly it's about spacing. It's about physics. Really, it's about physics.
Okay. So you do have a coach. So anybody, if I come in there to throw an axe, you're just not going to throw me an axe and say go for it. You're gonna give me a coach. Is that right?
Exactly. Everybody gets a coach. Yep. And so the coach gives you a little instruction, watches you a little bit, and then we'll give you pointers as you go. So as you're throwing and maybe noticing if there's quite a few being missed, you might adjust where you're standing or how you're throwing, because it's not about strength and it's not about power. It's really about finesse. It's like a golf swing.
Sure.
And so you want to try to throw it real hard. You want to be consistent and throw it in one perfect revolution so it sinks right into the target.
All right, that's what I was wondering. I mean, obviously you throw an axe and it doesn't. Strangely enough, I've thrown axes around not for sport, but just because I'm out chopping wood or something like that. That'd be fun to try and throw it. I never hit anything, but when you throw an axe, it doesn't just like fly straight through the air and then hit your target. It does flip around. So that's what I was kind of wondering is, are you able to time that? You're timing that rotation, is that right?
Exactly. Yes. You want
one. So say that again.
You want one perfect revolution.
One perfect revolution. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So how do you say you've got coaches? I mean, do you have on a typical night when you're opened up and you've got people coming in? Is there 10 different coaches? One coach? How many do you have?
Depending on the night, but on our busy nights, yeah, we might have 7, 8 coaches.
How do you come up with 7 or 8 coaches? Are these folks that are on staff? Are they volunteers? Or how do you work that?
They're all employees. They are on staff and they work for us, and they change the boards even. So, we have to change those boards daily, the targets.
The targets. All right. I was looking at that and I see one of your posts, you basically got a dumpster out in the back behind the building, and it's full of busted up targets. And are these just regular old 2x4s that you go and buy at Home Depot?
They are 2x10s, and we have a free wood bin in the back, and so anybody can drive on up and wood for whatever purpose they need it for. You know, a lot of people burn it if they still have wood burning fireplaces. We have artists that use it. So just different variances.
Okay, so the basis of ABQAX is people come in to enjoy themselves throwing axes at targets. Now, it sounds like you're not short of people there wanting to vent a little bit and throw an axe and just have a good time. I mean, are people just kind of knocking down the door to come hit things with an axe?
People love it. They absolutely love it. They come in, they walk in to throw. We have a lot of a group of people want to celebrate something like a birthday or a bachelorette party, any kind of event like that, and a lot of corporate events. It's a great team building activity. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you've got other business owners, corporate owners, or managers that want to get their team together, and they come down there and make a, what is it, a couple hours that they do? They all get together and throw?
Yeah, if you do a group event, it's about a 2-hour event, and in which everybody plays. We set them up. We teach them games to play, and so that gets real fun. You know, there's different games that you can play similar to dart games or even kind of basketball games, and we get them playing games, and they split up into teams, and it can get really rowdy because people get really into it, and they're cheering, and we have leagues. We also
have a league. Yeah, that's you were telling me about a league. So let me talk about the corporate part. Well, all of it. So it's not really when I'm going down to throw an axe. I'm not just there's a target. I'm throwing it there, but I can actually do something a point system games. I can compete against each other in my corporate event, my team building type of deal. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me then about leagues. So I know there's bowling leagues, there's softball leagues, all these things for a lot of us old guys that can go out and do. So you actually have an axe throwing league. Tell me about it.
Yes, we have an axe throwing league, and every week you meet once a week, and you come and throw against whoever you are supposed to throw against that week. And as you go, you amass points. It's a tournament, type of play every week, and then it culminates at the 8th week into a tournament for everybody, like a final tournament. And then you get ranked in national, actually wide standings. There's rankings, and you can actually qualify to go to the AX Prom or to regional skills events.
You just said AX Prom. Wait a minute. Okay, my daughter right now is she's a little bit bummed with COVID and everything. There is no prom at the high school right now. So what is an AX Prom?
It's the big dance, That's where.
Wait a minute, are we dancing with axes? What are we doing here?
For all the qualifiers who have qualified for their league have come to meet, and they compete against each other, and they play for some big money, like $50,000 in money.
Wow. Where is the AX Prom?
It moves. It moves around. So this last time it was in Canada, Toronto, and so it's been all different places.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. There's an actual AX Prom. I love it. It's like, well, I guess I'm thinking of homecoming in high school. You have the bonfire before. You've already got all the wood. You can have a pre-prom bonfire and then do it. See, with all your targets. Another way to recycle your lumber there.
Great idea. You can have a bonfire and then an axe tournament.
There you go. I like it.
And then a bonfire.
Well, yeah, you've got to get the chopped up wood first. So maybe you got to throw it first and destroy the wood and then do it. That might work. Hey, we're on to something, right?
There you go.
Okay, so we've got these leagues, and tell me, as I'm looking on your Instagram and your website, you can call ahead and make reservations. You can just walk in. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
So is this 7 days a week? When are you open?
We are open typically Wednesday through Sunday. So that's our normal hours. We might be opening starting Monday and Tuesdays later this year, but our regular hours had been normally Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evenings, and then Saturday and Sunday from noon into the evening.
What does it cost for me to throw an axe?
Well, if you're walking in and you just want to come with a friend and or a family member and throw for an hour, it's $20 a person for an hour.
$20 an hour per person.
Right.
And that's like unlimited throws.
Yeah, for an hour. It's an hour, so however much you can.
Is it like, well, I know when we go bowling, you know, after probably 2 rounds of bowling, my arm is, I mean, it feels like jelly. Is it the same thing with an axe?
It can be, you know, it depends on how much you work out or how much you used to, but you can get tired. But that's why it's fun to be with friends or family to do it, because you're not sitting there just throwing an axe, you know, one after the other. You're playing a game, and so you'll throw, and then, you know, a couple of axes, and then maybe it's the next person's turn, and so it's not as intense. Because yeah, your shoulder could maybe get a little tired.
Well, yeah, I can only imagine. Absolutely, because they're not really. I guess the axes aren't that light, right?
They're about a pound and a half. Yeah.
If you're throwing that a bunch of times, that gets tiring.
It can get tired. Now we have different axes, and people can choose. We have littler axes. So we have, if you're in a league, you have to play with a standard axe, a standard hatchet. So it's very specific as far as how much, what size it can be, how much it weighs. So in league tournament, it has to be a very specific axe. But if you just are coming in to play for yourself or with a group or a party, we allow you to choose amongst different axes that we have. Like I said, we have some bigger axes, and we even have the big axe, the full-size axe. And the full-size axe you only get to do if you're in a group event and if you're in leagues, because leagues use the full-size axe to break a tie.
Ah, okay. So there's regulations in the league play, because I think you were saying this is a national type of. There's a national federation of axe throwers. Is that right?
Yes, it's an international federation. They changed it to International Axe Throwing Federation.
Okay. Okay. So there's rules and regulations, just like in all of these other sports, that if you're going to be competing in the league, getting your points, going to the prom, you have to have all the right stuff. Am I right?
You've got to have the right stuff.
Okay, so when we get the big axe, you just said that's for a tiebreaker.
That's what I'm sorry, I missed that.
Did you say that the big axe was for a tiebreaker?
It is. It's for a tiebreaker, or if you are down. Actually, no, I take it back. It's mostly just for a tiebreaker. I was thinking of something else.
Okay.
There's another strategy that you can use. It's called the clutch. There's these 2 little green dots at the top of the target, and in order to get those, if you're down in your score, you can call the clutch, and you only get points if and when you call the clutch.
I've seen this on your Instagram when somebody hits those little. I mean, they're little bitty dots, and everybody just goes bonkers when they hit that. I didn't know what it was all about, but there you go. I got it now.
That's calling clutch, yeah. But the big axe is a tiebreaker. So if you play a perfect game, or if it ends up that you're in a game and you end up being tied, then it's big axe, and that's how they break the tie.
Very cool. That is awesome. All right, so Angela, how in the world did you come up with this idea to set up a place and say, come and throw axes at wood? I mean, this is a far-fetched thing for me. I mean, it sounds amazing, but how did you come up with this?
So, you know, my partner and I actually were traveling, and we were in Poland, of all places, and we were booking a tour at a little tour company. And my partner had to go down. She needed to go down to the basement because they had the restrooms down there. So she goes down to the basement. She comes back up and she goes, "You've got to go down there. They're throwing axes. It's like medieval." And I said, "Oh, great." So I'm not sure I want to. And she goes, "No, just go." And I peeked down there, and these guys were just having a ball. They're throwing axes and these targets. And I was thinking, wow, this is something I've never even seen before. So another day we came back and we said, well, we wanted to try it. And I had my 2 kids with me who were, I think, maybe 9 and I don't know, 10 at the time, or no, not 9, and then 9, 12. And then I had my mom, and then again, my business partner, Diana, and we all decided we were just going to play, like, oh, let's just try it for like 5 minutes, you know. We just wanted to stick the axe. Well, an hour later, we don't want to leave. We are having so much fun, all of us, you know, from the whole age range that we were. And I said, oh gosh, you know what? We've got to do this in Albuquerque. Albuquerque deserves a place like this, you know?
Right.
So I said, let's try an open one. Well, we both agreed. You know, my business partner was like, yeah, let's do this. And of course, you know, when you come back to the United States, you never know, because I don't know, well, what rules might be in place. And we looked and we found maybe a handful. I would say maybe 5 places that were open. And I thought, well, shoot, if they can do it, so can we. So let's open a place. And there we went. So we had been in Poland and found it like in June, I think it was June, and we were open by November of that same year.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty quick movement on getting something up and running, especially something as seemingly far-fetched as throwing axes. Now, okay, I'm trying to envision this. You've gone off to Poland for a vacation?
Yes, for a vacation.
Okay, you're in Poland now. What? I'm just envisioning this thing. Hey, you got to go down to the basement and see these guys throwing axes. I'm not much of a traveler, so if I'm in Poland, I'm thinking that's a little sketchy. You know, guys in the basement throwing axes. They're probably not drinking, you know, milk and water. You know, there's probably some beer and whatever they drink in Poland, right? And they're throwing axes. Is that the scene?
That was kind of the scene, yes. I was a little.
That's a great image in my head of what's going on there. So, what were you doing, like, as a career prior to going to Poland and finding this odd deal in a basement?
Well, I also own another small business, I do employee benefits brokerage, and so this is really just a side gig for me. But my business partner, she was in the process of winding down another business. She had a commercial cleaning business,
okay,
and she was wanting to, you know, do something different. So this is her heart and soul. My business partner, she is the operations gal. She pretty much runs the whole thing and does the whole thing, and I am the one who does, you know, the paperwork and.
Okay, the behind the scenes, more of that. Okay, you do the stuff that really keeps the thing running, is basically what you're saying. That for those of us who are absolutely horrible at paperwork and want nothing to do with it, God bless you. We love you for that. That is amazing, because things don't get done without those things. It's like the International Federation of Axe Throwers. If you don't have the right weighted axe or whatever it is, then the whole thing falls apart, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm so intrigued again by this whole. It's like, okay, well, I'm winding down this business. Your partner's winding down this business. You're doing your thing with employee benefits and all that. And you're like, well, you know, this would just be fun to be like these guys in Poland throwing axes. I think it is such a cool story. And you've been doing this, you said, since last November of 2017?
Yes, November 2017.
All right, so we've been going a few years here. Now, what did you see when you first opened this thing up? I mean, was it a kind of a slow burn to get people in the door, or were people just like, hey, man, I got to go check this out?
It was a little bit. People were very intrigued because, you know, they go, you do what? You know, and but it didn't take long before it just caught on, and people wanted to come, and they were, once they found out, you know, where we were and what was going on, they just started coming and realizing it's such a good fun activity, good clean fun.
Good clean fun. Do you get it at all ages? I mean, kids, the grandparents, the whole deal, the whole spectrum?
We do. We really do. We have our kid age. We usually try to say 12 and up.
Okay.
Depending on the time of day and the event, but that's usually a standard.
Wow, man, that is so cool. So you've been you've been going since November of 2017. Things have been going well. You told me that you guys are talking about you are in the process of opening up a new shop, right?
That's correct.
Okay. You said, tell me where that is again.
That is going to be on Osuna and San Mateo at 5505 Osuna.
5505 Osuna. When do you think this is going to open up? I mean, I know things are a little bit wonky right now, but when did you originally have it planned to open? How about that?
It was supposed to originally open the end of March.
Okay. Okay. So we've got a delay of when it's going to open when it opens, right?
It's going to open when the government says we're allowed to open. You know, everybody's in that holding pattern.
I got you. So, you also told me that you're just like, well, we're kind of bored of just throwing axes. We need to add more activities. Is that? Did I hear you right? You've got different activities at this new shop.
Yeah, we wanted to expand on our axe throwing because, like, for instance, we might have some younger folks that maybe axe throwing is not quite appropriate for them, or some people who just want some variety and switch it up. And so we're adding some really fun activities.
What are these activities?
So one of them is called street curling. So it is like the Olympic curling, only on synthetic ice. And it's very similar to bowling, but it's truly a lot of fun. And again, another good group activity.
What is synthetic ice? I mean, ice is ice, right? What is synthetic ice?
Well, it's basically kind of a plastic, but people ice skate on it. They have a lot of synthetic ice skating rinks now, and because you can have them outdoors, obviously you can have them indoors, and you don't have to have.
Yeah, I see how cultured I am. I have no idea that there was actually an alternative for ice for somebody you could actually skate on. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think those folks that I know that are in the ice skating business, it's crazy expensive and a lot of hassle to run actual ice and keep that the way I guess keep it frozen, right? That's what you got to do.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. Okay, so we've got curling on synthetic ice. We've got axe throwing. What else do we have?
And football bowling. And true to the name, sometimes we call it football, but football bowling is true to the name in that it is a combination of football and bowling. And you've got two platforms with 10 pins, and you're throwing a football trying to knock down all your pins before the other person knocks down theirs.
Oh man, are you going to be? Do you sell food, pizza, beer, that kind of stuff there?
We are. We're going to have a tap room in our new space, and we are going to have some snacks, and it'll be just one big old good time.
This is a good time right there. I can see it in my mind. I just think it's awesome. Are you doing your own brewing, or are you bringing in somebody else to do the tap room?
Nope. We're Red Door is going to come and be in our tap room. Yeah.
Awesome. So your model now. I mean, you've evolved since you started this in 2017. It sounds like. Did you envision when you? I mean, who envisions they're going to start up with a company to go throw axes? But when you envision going and opening ABQAX, did you envision having your new shop and all that was part of it?
You know, no, we never really, I didn't ever expect to be in an axe throwing business for sure. And then the way it evolved is just because our community is fantastic at supporting local businesses, and they love to come out and have fun activities to do. And so we have gotten so much support from the community. It has made it really evident to us that we need to expand and we need to offer more, because New Mexico loves it. Albuquerque loves it. They love to come out and play, and we want to be there and be the person to fulfill that for them.
You know, I'm not there again. I'm not a worldly traveler. I don't know a lot of places, but I think the culture of the Albuquerque community and New Mexico, what I've been involved in, you know, like you said, very supportive of local businesses and small business, and enjoy doing things within the community that support the community. And so you know, something like ABQAX is, I mean, it's right up that alley. You know, we've had a real just surge over the last, you know, 10 years or so with microbreweries and those type of things where it's really a great watering hole, gathering place for people. And if you can combine that with activities like what you've got going on, you know, that are very novel and very authentic and unique. I mean, man, I think it's going to be. I think it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
Well, here's hoping so.
Right.
I know our community deserves it, and I know that they've loved coming to Throw Act so far. So we're real hopeful on this new location when we can open that it's going to go well and be received well, and people are going to enjoy coming to see us.
Okay. Before I move on, then let's talk about your current the location you've had since 2017. Where is that?
So that is on Broadbent, 2809 Broadbent, kind of really close to where Manal and the I-25 frontage road come together.
Got it. Okay. And then your new location. Tell me the address and kind of tell me what's around there again.
That is at 5505 Osuna, and that's right where Osuna and San Mateo come together, kind of across across San Mateo from Cliffs.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It sounds like it's right over there by Cliffs. There used to be an old putt-putt over there, right?
Yeah, further down San Mateo.
Okay. So yeah, so you're back. Osuna's back a little bit, or north, I guess, of there. Anyway, near Cliffs, Osuna and San Mateo. That's a great location. I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that to open up. That's going to be fun. So right now, you just got to be, in my terms, chomping at the bit to get that thing open, right?
Yes, we are. We put a lot of work into it and to make it really nice space and really inviting and fun for everyone. And so we're really excited to open it and share it with everyone.
I think it's going to be fantastic. And, you know, relevant to the times right now, you know, I want to ask, small businesses are going through, you know, everybody's going through challenges right now. And as a small business owner, you've got employees, you've got, of course, you all, this is what you do. And then you've got employees, your coaches, and everybody else is part of your team. How are you able to kind of weather the storm right now?
Well, you know, what we're doing is, I'm sure like most people, is just make the right business moves that you need to do to keep the cash flow in check. But we've also allowed any of our employees who want to, you know, still be on payroll and still, you know, earn. We're keeping all of our employees. There are some construction items, you know, that we've been able to do in isolation and solitude, and so some of those things we've been able to keep up with. But we're keeping all our coaches. We're keeping all our people.
Man, that is fantastic. That is, it's so great to, you know, being successful in any type of business is so much about your team and keeping that cohesion as a team and being able to offer that to your employees, because that, you know, there's a struggle out there, obviously, and they've got to just be very, very at ease and excited and happy about being able to remain part of that team during this time. Do you feel like it's kind of bonded y'all a little bit together?
Yeah, you know, I think in a way, I think it's really bonded everyone, even as a community together, because, you know, we're all in this together, and nobody is any different. We are all being affected the same way at the same time, and we're all a community that needs to come together and support each other. And I think we've done a good job at that. I think we've done really well, good job at trying to and get this thing over with as soon as we can, so that we can go back to doing the things that we love and going out and seeing people and seeing our friends and experiencing fun activities like the ABQAX.
You know, we've got to get this thing over with so that we can go out, we can smash stuff with axes, we can drink beer, we can hang out together, we can do all this stuff. You know, something I'd forgotten that I think is really unique about what you do too is you all have a traveling axe. What do you call it? A range? What do you call that?
Yeah, traveling axe range, the axe range. Yeah.
What is this for?
Well, we can bring axe throwing to you. You want to, if you're having an event and, it's going to be wherever doing, maybe it's a reunion or a company party or something like that, but we can actually bring the axe throwing range to you. And it's a fully contained trailer, and we outfit it with the coaches and the axes, and we just park it wherever you want it to be parked, and you can play axe games.
It is awesome. I think this vacation you took to Poland was not only amazing, I think, for you and your partner, and I think amazing for the Albuquerque community. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait for things to ease off so that we can get over there and do that. And I know a lot of people are just excited about it too. Thank you so much for doing what you do. And thanks so much for taking that trip to Poland. That's just awesome. I just have to say there's a vision in my mind of these guys down there in the basement, smoking cigars, drinking beer, throwing axes, and I don't even know what the Polish language is, but I can just hear it all, and it's awesome. I love it. It's just so cool. What a great story.
Quite an image, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. Well, Angela, thank you so much. Again, I commend you on everything you're doing. Amazing what you're doing for your employees, and I'm so excited. Good luck with everything, and thank you so much. Before we finish up, what's the best way for people to plug in and find out about you? Are you active on social media? How can people find you?
We are very active on Facebook and Instagram, and we have a website. It's ABQAX.com, and that's no E, ABQAX.com.
Okay.
We are on social media quite actively. So just walk in or give us a call.
That is awesome. All right, Angela, thank you so much. Folks, thank you so much for watching. When this all settles down, make sure you go out, get the family together, get the business, the corporate team building, get everybody together. Let's go out there, let's throw some axes, let's have some pizza, drink some beer, and have a good time. Angela, thank you so much. Everybody, take care. Until next time, this is the Galloping Goat Show with me, Cowboy Max.